Hey everyone, I'm Ryan and welcome back to Counselors and Coffee Finance Edition, Episode 2. Today we're going to be talking about how disciplined spending, the outgo of things, helped me to pay off over $127,000 in student loan debt in 28 months. Welcome back everyone, and if this is your first time with us on this playlist, go ahead and click on the gray circle up here with a little I inside of it, and that will take you to the first episode of Counselors and Coffee Finance Edition, the income, where we talked about different counselor specific side hustles that can help boost your income. But today we're going to be talking about disciplined spending. So when it comes to disciplined spending, there's a lot of small habits that if we change would actually make a big difference. So we're actually going to be talking about 5 small areas that cumulatively add up to a big chunk of money to help pay off your student loans. So 5 small areas and 1 bonus big area. So the first of the 5 is, number 1, cable and internet. So the national average of cable and internet together is actually $125. Now, that's just the average. Some people I know pay way more than that, over $300 a month for cable and internet. And I know some people that pay a lot less than $125 for cable and internet. And there's lots of different things you can do to get a cheaper rate. Number 1, call and negotiate. Ask for promotions. Ask for deals. You have not because you ask not. And that's how I get my costs down tremendously is, you always sign up, they give you a promotion for a certain amount of short time, and then after that your price kind of doubles. So at the end of that promotional period, just call back, ask for the retention department or customer service, and ask for a discount. Also, things to look at is try to get a free installation. The modems, negotiate, try to get that for free. Number 2, cell phone bills. Again, same thing. Call and negotiate. The average cell phone bill is about $80 a month, and there's obviously people pay more, people who pay less, and there's ways you can get that cheaper. Call, negotiate, ask for a cheaper rate, maybe do a family plan. Sometimes your work may actually have reimbursement programs, and take advantage of that. Because of my negotiations and reimbursement plans and everything else I've thrown together for my cell phone, my monthly total bill after all that adjusted is actually $15 a month. Number 3, eating out. This may be a touchy one. People may not like me for this one, but you don't need to eat out all the time. It's pretty expensive. If you go out and eat cheap, it might be $15 for a plate, and if you do that 3 times a week, that adds up to $45 a week, which adds up to $180 a month, which adds up to $2,160 for a year for eating out. I'm not saying don't ever eat out. There's occasions, there's times to celebrate, right? But just ask yourself, do I really need this? So my monthly budget for eating out is about $50. And there's cheap ways to go out. You can go out to stay in. Taco Bell, Chinese food, pizza, and watch TV at home. It's great. It's wonderful. Chill. There's no other people to bug you and bother you. Number 4, groceries. And this is very dependent on who you are. If you have specific medical needs or dietary needs, this is obviously going to be a little bit different, but just look at the category and see if I really need to be spending as much as I am. One way to look at this is ask yourself, how much food do I eat a month? How much food do I throw away a month, actually? Even if you get some of the bulk items and it's not bad yet, look at it and say, when's the last time I ate this? Just put this category under scrutiny and just observe it and look at it and see if you can cut some corners on it. The average monthly bill for 2 people on groceries is about $436 a month. We trimmed ours down to $350 a month. And some of the ways we do that is we don't just shop at one store. Different stores have different deals at different times. So we may go to a Costco for one, and we may go to King Soopers for other things. And coupons. There's coupon apps. These things are wonderful and can greatly help you lower your price. Number 5, subscriptions. There's a lot of subscription services out there, and maybe we don't need all of the ones that we have. I mean, these can range from entertainment like Hulu, Netflix, HBO, Sling TV, Amazon, food delivery services, magazines, whatever, right? Some of these subscription services you might be able to get for free for a trial basis, or maybe just don't need them. Some of them you may need, or, well, need is a strong word. Some of them you may want strongly, but don't really need them. But this category, along with all of the others, cable and internet, cell phone bill, eating out, groceries, subscription services, all of these, just put all of them through a scrutiny and just look at all of them and ask the question, do I really need these? Do I really need to spend how much I'm spending? And the amount I'm spending on these, are they getting me to my goal? And that's kind of where this bonus one comes in. It's a big one. It's kind of countercultural, I think, but it's huge for us to get to our goal of paying down all of our student loans. So number 6 is getting rid of a car loan. I was actually pretty nervous about doing this episode because a lot of people ask me things that we did to help pay off our debt, and I start mentioning the income, and I get people are listening, yeah, that's great, and writing down, oh, I didn't think of that, that's creative. And I may talk about, well, maybe trimming back on a couple areas or getting a deal, getting a discount. Oh, I love discounts, that's great. And then I talk about canceling Amazon, canceling all the TV stuff, getting a slower internet, not having a car payment. And when I say those things, the response shifts. It goes from, yeah, that's great, to, oh, well, that's nice. So I gotta go. I have that meeting in a little bit, and I'll see you later. So there's a lot of resistance to cutting out things altogether, especially not having a car payment. And I've heard this on the radio. I've seen this in comments online, and I've heard this with my own ears. People actually get mad and offended when I discuss this part of really being drastic and cutting some things out. The truth is, you don't have to have a car payment. Not everyone has a car payment. I haven't had one in 10 years, and I'm doing okay. And I actually have to drive for work. And so I'm driving a lot. And, I mean, the car looks pretty good, right? It's a Volvo. It's old. It's paid for. But it works. And if something breaks down, I'll take it in to get it fixed because I'm not paying car payments. I can have money to get it fixed. Or I YouTube it and figure it out on my own with the help of borrowing friends' tools. But that's another thing. So the average car payment is $523 a month. And that's average. So there's some that are more. I know of some who pay $900 a month for a car payment. There are less, maybe $260 a month, which is half of the average. And it's nice to have a nice car, a reliable car, those things. But for us, my end goal was to pay off the student loans as fast as we can and to have money freed up to do some other things. And just some really quick math. The car payment, if you are paying $260 a month for your car payment, that's about $3,100 a year for every payment you pay is basically going down in value. And I mean, that's just the nature of the car, right? You're going to lose money on it. It's just how much money you're going to lose on it because it goes down in value. And if you add that up with the other categories, it actually adds up to a lot without you having to do extra work. You can have a big chunk of money to help pay down your loans. These things here were actually the biggest piece for us to pay off our debt because it didn't require us to do anything extra. We didn't have to stay out later. We didn't have to be more tired. We didn't have to spend time away from each other. We just spent less and got more money back. So, all the categories. So, just run down the list real quick. Number 1, cable. The average is $125 per month. What I spend is $70. So that's a difference of $1,500 a year and $840 a year. So that's a difference of $660. Second category, cell phones. The average is $80 a month. Mine's $15, so that's $960 a year versus $180 a year, of a savings of $780. Number 3, eating out. And if, like I said before, if you spend $15 per meal 3 times a week, that is $45 a week, $180 a month. That's $2,100 a year versus my $600 a year, which is a savings of a little over $1,500 per year. Category 4, groceries. National average is $436. We pay $350 a month. That's a difference of $5,200 versus $4,200, about $1,000 savings in a year. The 5th one, subscriptions. All those subscriptions we talked about, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, HBO, food delivery services, magazines, whatever. Let's just say you had 7 of them and they're $10 a piece. $70. I pay $20, and that's for some Zoom accounts and other things for these side hustle businesses, websites, things like that. I'm not including my Sling TV because I included that with my cable earlier. So that's a difference of $840 a year versus $245 a year, a savings of $595 a year. Now, add into that the car piece of about, let's say your car payment is $270 a month, and that's about $3,100 a year. And I don't have a car payment, but we put money in for a car fund, car repair bills, which is about $50 a month, and that adds up to $245 a year. So it's a savings of $595 per year. So add all those little pieces up. The national average of all those things versus what I pay is a difference of savings of over $7,100 per year. And that's pretty significant, I think. I mean, let's say you paid off all your student loans, you had no payments, you have no car loans, you have no credit card payments, you have nothing, and you wanted to go on a Viking riverboat cruise. You could do that for 2 people under $7,000, flights included. So you could literally get an entirely new, awesome European trip without even working extra. Now, if you are coming out of school and you know you have to wait 2 years before you can get your license, it's 2 years of slugging it out anyway, my challenge to you would be slug it out with your finances as well. Watch the first episode, and the $1,500 a month extra you can make from watching the last show about side hustles, counselor related, can bring in about $18,000 a year. That's $1,500 a month. And if you watch this show, the savings you get from just cutting some spending out of your life of about $7,100, you add both of those things up to a grand total of $25,000 extra a year from working extra and spending less. Now, if you have to wait 2 years before you get your license and you do this for 2 years, that's over $50,000 to pay off your student loans. And if any of you out there have about $50,000 of student loans or less, I know some of you, you think about it, your student loans could be gone in 2 years. And if you're actually banking on the student loan forgiveness plan, it's not so good. It's about a 99% rejection rate right now. There's over 65,000 people who have applied for the student loan forgiveness. Not only applied, they're actually qualified because they've been doing it for 10 years, paying their minimum payments. Only 338 have actually been approved. And the excuses range from things like you filled out the wrong form, your income changed, you didn't notify us. It was basically any excuse they can make up, and then you have to restart your forgiveness payment again. Despite the government's stellar reputation for handling money with great wisdom and financial responsibility, I didn't want to wait 10 years for my student loans to be gone. So I did these things to pay them off. So that's about it. Next episode in this playlist is going to be about myths about money. There's a lot of things we think are true that just aren't true. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And before we head out, I just want to have a question of the day for you guys. What areas of spending have you cut out of your life to make some savings, and was it worth it? That's it. Great to be with you guys. I'll see you next time.